continuing on with the wiring, I mentioned earlier that I'm making quick disconnects. And the reason why I'm making quick disconnects is in case I have to pull the plate off, I can just disconnect the wire to whatever component instead of disconnecting all of this. Now, I'm just setting this up, and I'll go back and we'll cover the wiring here in a minute. But what I wanted to show you is how I'm making quick disconnects. So let's say, for example, this is our, which it is our red LED. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a connection for our switch. This is the red LED here. I'm going to make a connection for our switch. Let me go ahead and do that. And all you do is you cut a length of wire, whatever you think you're going to need, that's going to reach the disconnect that you're going to put on the end of the wire in the LED, right? So remember, this is going to be turned upside down, sitting like that, and you're only going to have about that much space in the inside the lid. So you don't need to make it super long, but I do make mine a little bit longer just to give it a little extra wire. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our connect, which would be a female is going to go on here, a male on one end of the wire, that's going to connect like that. Then we need to make a connect for our switch. So I've already made the male, and now I'm going to make the connection for the solder lug on the switch. And all you do is you cut that, strip your wire back. So you get your wire cutters, cut it to your length. Got your wire strippers, strip that back. And then using your crimper for the red, load it, one click, and you see that's for the red one there. And all you do is just stick it in there. And crimp it down. Sometimes they get stuck in there and they don't like to come out right away, so just pop it out of there. Now, what I like to do is, even though that crimper works good, I like to take my old handy dandy and I just put it on the red end and I give it just a little squeeze. Sometimes the pressure on that, on this crimper doesn't work. I mean, it works, and sometimes it's just not good enough for me. So I just take that, put it in there, and just give it a little squeeze. Not much. And all that does is just secure your wire. And you always want to do a pull test when you pull your wires, right? So now, with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to connect our flag terminal to the middle solder lug on the switch. Just get it in there, kind of rock it back and forth a little bit, get that wire out of the way. Just sit it in there, just kind of rock it back and forth with your thumb a little bit, and it'll seat down. So now what we have, well, the first thing I got to do is I got to put a female end on this one. So again, now I'm going to, because this is a straight connector, it's not a flag connector. So you can see the difference there. This is a flag, this is a straight one. So I'm going to use the straight one. The other one was a male, this is going to be a female. And you're just going to load or preload your crimper. Pop it right in there. Make sure it's sitting how you want it to sit. One click. You take your wire on your component, which is the red LED, and stick it in there till it's, you strip it back, so you want it on the little hole on the terminal. You want that insulation of your wire to go all the way in, and it'll stop. You'll feel it when you put it in there. Wire's trying to fray on me. Twist that a little bit. Just put that in there. Boom, it stopped right there. Now I'm just going to crimp it down. Oh, that one didn't work. Bad crimp. Alright, let's get another one here. Load it up. One click. Alright, it's in there. That one felt pretty good. Oh, what's in that going in there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip that back just a touch more. Make sure I got enough wire going through there. Wire's kind of thin, so we'll just take and double it back on itself. That's that down there. Another connector, and that'll just give us double the meat for that thing to grab onto. Alright, there it's in there. And then I just take my crimps here again. Again, just those crimpers are good. It just, I like to get that one in there, just to make sure that it's seated. There we go. Go in here, just a light squeeze. You're not trying to crush it. Okay. There we go, now it's good. Now, one other thing I do, after I crimp it, I take my needle nose pliers, and you can see in the ends here, they kind of open up a little bit. I just gently close them. And what that helps do is when you go connect it to a male, it closes that gap a little bit, so it's a firmer fit. So anyway, so that's how I'm making those little quick connects. And then when we put our plate on, again, all we're going to do is take our males, which one is it? It's this one. So we're going to take our male and connect it to our female, just like that. So again, the purpose and the reason why I'm doing it, not everybody does it this way, but the reason why I started doing it this way was twofold. Number one, you see these things are Wago connectors. These things are great. I like them. I just don't like using a lot of them. So I have them all marked right now, the ones I need to make my terminals for. And that's the only reason why they're on there right now, minus this one. This one's going to stay in place. But everything else that's got a single black wire or a single red wire goes out to your component. And I'm going to make these quick disconnects for every one of those. So again, if I have to take the plate off, I can just take off these disconnects, and I don't have to take off everything on every switch. So that's the reason for that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this thing wired up here, and then I'll come back, show you how we wire everything and what everything looks like.